It's pretty daunting, isn't it? Like, it's pretty scary, but I do think we can do it.
Yeah, it's definitely stepping outside our comfort zone.
We're back!
Admittedly, it's been so long since our last video, we both had full-time jobs then.
What?
Quit my job.
What do you mean?
To do this full-time.
Please like and subscribe.
Quit my job. Bit daunting. That's right, I've quit my job. Opportunity to fulfill our dream of documenting this house reno journey full-time. No comfort blanket.
But the show must go on, so as well as showing you the usual DIY and renovating that goes on in this house, I will be juggling my full-time job as a gardener whilst writing scripts and editing videos for our own socials and paid partnerships. Over 2 years of evenings and weekends have gone into this house that was stuck in a 1970s time warp, and ever since we've been doing everything we can to get this ready to be our forever home. There was bouncy floors, which as you'll find out later carry on to the rest of the house. The narrow galley kitchen was much to be desired, but has since been knocked through. You can see this in way more detail on our kitchen transformation video and how we won £10,000 to spend on a kitchen which we installed ourselves to give us a fully functioning dream kitchen dining space.
The old decor continued into the rest of the house. You get the gist. So be sure to get up to speed with our previous videos and have a nosy at the rooms we've done so far.
So, let's get into it. There's lots happening. We're getting a brand new front door. I know what's wrong with that one. That one is actually so bad that the light shines through when it's locked, and I'm putting my boots on the stairs in the morning. Following through, we are going to get a gorgeous wallpaper mural in the downstairs loo. But before all that, an important space that takes us from the front door to the loo and we cross over to the kitchen and diner is the hallway. Man, I am becoming Martin Robertsana. Look at those piano hands. So, let's talk first impressions. When we first moved in, our first impressions were pretty bleak, with the old stained wallpaper and smelly red carpets. And believe it or not, since stripping the wallpaper and carpets, nearly 2 years have passed before we finally got round to transforming this space.
There was wallpaper like this throughout the house, and that wallpaper stripper we bought was definitely worth its weight in gold. We did then freshen up this space with a quick whitewash, and boy are we glad we did, as we never thought it would be 2 years later when we actually started to think about the final colours. Hey guys, day off today, so I am going to start prepping the current state of the hallway, stairs, landing. Next big project, lots to do. Hate prepping. Who hates prepping? Who likes it? That's the bigger question. That is definitely the minority. But yeah, we've got a gorgeous colour that we're going to be putting on. Woo! These are going to stay this colour, but they need a bit of TLC because it's been a while. So yeah, watch this space. The design is certainly bold, our usual style, and it's got an element of the Japanese, but the green and red is giving a 1960s vibe, and John even said it reminded him a little bit of a retro diner. Not what we're going for, but we'll definitely take it.
Probably the fact that I'm always hungry. Meanwhile outside, there was a very exciting delivery. Anyone else do this? Just get your sort of best kitchen knife and hack away at new parcels. Ooh, look at them.
So it was on with the prep work, the worst bit. I removed all the old skirting, a task I had done many a time before in this house.
Still using my best chisel, I see.
These were nailed on previously, and when it comes to reattaching the new skirtings, it'll be a mixture of screws and glue to hold them in place, as we've got some wonky walls in this gaff. Then it was time for some of that lovely red. The bamboozle pairs with our tiles perfectly, but as per the mood board, looks even cooler and bolder with our proposed fun runner.
That's right, the red is bold, but it was always going to look at its brightest and most daring when nothing else was added, such as the flooring, and we have a really fun runner for the stairs. It's inspired by the House of Hackney Tibetan tiger style, and in fact we had one made to measure all the way from India. We planned to tile right the way through the hallway and into downstairs loo, but before we could even think about tiling, it was on with the painting. We'll be having shelves on the end wall and new deep skirting throughout. And remember, we still have that main wall colour yet to apply.
So this is how we see our hallway as we come in every day, and from the floor plan you can see that it leads into the downstairs loo, the lounge and kitchen. So its design is integral to tying all the spaces together.
Then conversation took a more serious turn. So much to do. I feel like it has got to that point, hasn't it, where there's just not enough time in the week to fit in everything we want to do. So obviously we want to renovate the house. We've been doing that on evenings and weekends, haven't we?
Yeah.
And then making the videos, even if it's just for our Instagram, but also YouTube and then paid stuff.
Yeah, and it's all the sorting all that out behind the scenes, isn't it? And
yeah.
There's more that goes into it than you think, and it's just that thing, it's probably got to a breaking point where it's either like carry on what we're doing and both really burn out, or we prioritise the thing that we really enjoy.
I mean, it's pretty daunting, isn't it? Like, it's pretty scary, but I do think we can do it.
Yeah, it's definitely stepping outside our comfort zone, and but if not now, when?
Exactly.
You know, got to risk it for a chocolate biscuit, haven't you?
Spicy biscuit.
No, I could just have some oh, those M&S cookies. Oh, can't afford them now, can we?
No, Tesco barrel bin. So we're about to take this guy for a walk, but Molly, what are we doing after?
Painting this place. So the green we're using in this space is called Willow Ivy by Paint and Paper Library. They actually do quite a few tones in this colour, but we found that this shade was neutral but still warm, but was complementary to the vibrant red for our entranceway.
So we have all the walls down both sides of this hallway to paint, including the ceiling. Molly's masking off the red there, and we also have all the way upstairs to do in that gorgeous green. Cue time lapse. We always find it so satisfying getting the colours on the walls, and not more so when watching it over a time lapse. Man, if only it was that easy. But the reality is, when I get that final coat on, I go a bit paint blind. Sort of struggle to see where I've been.
And then it was on with cutting in on the stairs. Check out this corner roller, never even knew there was such a thing, and because it also attached to our massive extension pole, it meant no more dodgy ladder setups on the stairs.
Music to my ears. Gone are the days of dragging old dirty ladders from outside and balancing old scaffold boards between the steps and rungs of the ladders. I always felt like I was walking the plank or man overboard. And it's normally at this point where the panic continues as I question colour choices and oh no, is Molly going to pull it off again? Ugh. So let's admire this mini transformation and tidiness whilst it lasts, because I have a feeling it won't be for long. But the good thing is that we've done the videos through Instagram and everything, especially on the gifted basis, so that our hallway, for example, all the tiles would have been about over £1,000, got all the subfloor materials, the decoupling mat, the adhesive, another, I don't know, £600 on top of that, and then all the labour costs. You know, it's cost us like maybe £500.
I know, it's mad, isn't it?
So we've saved loads there. So I know, obviously.
Oh yeah, it's got
you've
the
not
house
got a job at the
renovation
moment.
Further on, hasn't it?
Yeah, but not only that, I know you ain't got a job at the moment. We've got a bit of money coming in, but at least we're not having to pay for the reno as well, or at least not paying as much for the reno.
Well, we won't be here, would we?
Exactly. Yeah. Back in the hallway, things are about to get destructive. Just another quiet one at the Jolly Reno. We're just in the hallway. We're going to cut through and lift some floorboards so we can assess the pipework underneath. I'm no plumber, hands up to that, so we're going to get Molly's stepdad to hopefully fit us a radiator in the hallway and downstairs. Are you ready for hallway transformation? Are you ready, Mol?
No.
No, it is a Sunday. Back to bed. Let's go back to bed. Once in, these radiators will be in the same style as the ones in the lounge. So if you're ever short of a brick or two for a project or in the garden, just rip some floorboards up. There'll be some under there.
How are we doing?
So we have the advantage of, because the electrician came to rewire the house, he's had some of these floorboards up, so we've got one up. And then we're going to cut along the joist line, so we've got somewhere to nail them back down to. Once we've got the first one out, then we can prise the rest out, remove all the nails, and then we can put them back in place so we've got fours on the floor, ready for your stepdad to start the pipework.
Woo! And then it's all up in plywood.
Now that's the face of someone who can't wait to put more floor. So evenings like this, I've got back in good time, get Dexter his tea, it's really important, and then I sat down. Effectively what feels like a second job, even though we're not always getting paid for it. But you know, you got to put the hard graft in if you want to get anywhere. So here I'm literally editing the video that you're watching now. And when you've got spaces like this kitchen diner, okay, it's not completely finished, not exactly how we want it, but it's just so nice to actually be able to sit in a room that sort of Molly designed and we both put together and put all the hard graft in. It does sort of make it worth it. So whatever you guys are doing out there, whether you're in like a job that you really don't want, you sort of maybe stay there because the money's good, but it's just a boring 9 to 5, you're not getting much stimulation from it, make that leap, just go for it, because you literally get one chance in this life. And get a bit philosophical now, but what you should fear is not failure, but you should fear not trying way more than failing, because if you don't try, you never know if you could have made it as whatever you want to do, and that not knowing, you carry that to the grave. Floorboards are lifted. Whew, sweaty. Can you see there? Yeah, so they are ready to position back down. We'll screw or nail them so that then when Molly's stepdad comes to inspect the pipework for the radiators, he can just lift them up. So yeah, I've just spent my morning lifting floorboards to put that down.
And if you thought it was too soon to get excited about tiling, then you would be right, because just like the other ground floor rooms in this house, we need to address the bouncy floor.
Bouncy, bouncy, oh such a good time. Bouncy, bouncy, shoes all in a line.
So just as we had discovered a few years ago when we lifted the carpet and floorboards in our lounge, there was one massive issue. And as we go below the surface, we could see the problem lied here. The joists had sprung off the wall below, so that when the weight was applied, it pushed them back down, causing the bounce. The gaps here were big, and you can even see where they wedged it up previously. I'd like to say I'm super strong here, but I think the joists have done all the moving by themselves.
So I've just come in to find this is the state of our hallway. What's going on, John?
Pretty much all the floorboards are up in the hallway in the downstairs loo. We're going to replace it with plywood, so we don't need to do pressures about them. But before we do that, we need to sort out these joists, because the ones coming from the lounge finish here, and they're about an inch off the wall, so there's a bit of flex in them, so we need to sort that out.
Get our sisters again.
Get our sisters.
Sisters!
You heard Molly right, we need to get our sister joists in, which basically means we are attaching new joists to the old ones to give them back some strength, as one thing we do not want is huge movements in a floor that will be tiled. Now getting a level on these was mind blowing, especially as we hadn't done it on this scale before, but using our straight edge and lifting a few of the joists up and pushing some down, adding shims and even sanding the tops off some, we could determine the level to go with. Maybe I am a bit stronger than I give myself credit for.
And then it was in with the noggins, a whole lot of noggins, basically to tie all this together so it's almost as one. Their primary purpose is to add strength, stiffness and stability to the frameworks, preventing twisting and deflection. We also feel that these are essential to support our floor.
Pointing out here, we specifically use construction screws. These are made to support construction timber and weight-bearing joists and floors. Oh, look at that, it's like a perfect network. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Swallowed the fly.
Perhaps you'll die.
So we're getting plywood to replace the floorboards. The reason we're taking them up is because there's movement in the floor. So if they're coming up anyway, put back plywood down, and then after that we need to decide what goes between that and our tiles. So if you guys, any of you got experience tiling over the floor, greatly appreciated. I know what you're thinking. I got poor Molly here lugging all the heavy stuff around. Oh, someone has to hold the camera, don't they?
It's nice when your first awkward cut involves a big old poo pipe, isn't it?
So it seems like we've done a pathetic amount of work, but we had to cut round pipes, oil pipes, water pipes, radiator pipes, pipes. But hopefully after that, it gets a little bit easier. Got all the way down there to go. And using my brain, I decided the best way to help Molly was to use my garden leaf blower. You know, so she could see the line she was cutting. Glue and screw. Glue and screw. So we could get the rest of this plywood down, finish the floor, ready for tiling. That was a planned cut, that, yeah. Nothing to do with bad measuring. It's just, you know, it's important that Molly gets some experience with the bully tool.
And it was in with the last piece. Always a bit daunting because at this stage, if any mistakes have been made, it's going to take a lot to rectify.
Right, Molly, we need to put the feelers out because although we've got some money coming in for paid sort of work on Instagram or whatever,
Yeah, it's not enough.
It's not enough. We need more.
We need more. We've got a brand pack that we're sending out and stuff.
Yeah. That's
Hey,
good.
we've also got a call with a talent agency.
Ooh, they do TV work.
Ooh.
That's cool. So,
Yeah.
guess message them back, and because that would be something that it takes the headache of us trying to get work, and they can sort of.
Well, it's not even the headache of getting work. I think it's like contacts and knowing people and
Right. Yeah.
getting your foot in the door and stuff. And then hopefully that will help, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. Cool. You heard out from your job yet? Nothing. No. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
They said it would be later this week.
Right. Yeah.